Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil, Sunder for the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Rohan Shah, a junior at the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina, an outfielder on the Bulldogs baseball team and Pakistan national baseball team. Once again, Rohan, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Congrats on your success, Rohan. Wanted to ask you first and foremost, talk about playing for the Citadel baseball team, fellow teammates and coaching staff led by head coach Tony Skoll, assistant coach Zach Lucas, pitching coach Blake Cooper, and volunteer assistant coach Tag Montel. Just talk about the Citadel first and foremost, Rohan.
Yeah, the first thing that probably comes to mind is that there's a long historic past. The 1990 team, which Coach Skoll was actually on, went to the College World Series, which is a really high accomplishment for a mid-major school like us.
Mm-hmm. Just talk about this baseball team. It said, of course, the leadership from Coach Skoll, your teammates. Just talk about especially the 2022 team and just moving forward here as well.
Yeah, the 2022 team was a great group of guys. We had a really good season. We've kind of been on the up since I've gotten to the school. We had big wins against South Carolina, which was huge, packed house. It was a really cool experience. And then I would say also College of Charleston was really cool. We hadn't beat them in, I think, 7 years. So
okay. Yeah, no, that's terrific. Hey, you wear the number 50 jersey. What does that represent to you personally, putting that Bulldogs jersey on? I just was wondering about that, Rohan.
Yeah, I mean, the jersey number could matter less to me. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to wear the jersey in general and represent the Citadel.
Yeah, no, that's great. Hey, there's so much that goes into preparing for a season. You know all too well about it in terms of strength and conditioning, nutrition, I mean, there's mental health, just talk about, besides, of course, the team activities and practice, what you've done on an individual basis as well, Rohan.
Yeah, I mean, the whole background of the Citadels, it takes a lot of mental strength and courage to get through the school just in general. So on top of playing a sport, the training they provide there helps a lot with excelling in baseball. And it's definitely been proven with our record this year.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. Hey, we're in, different times here when it comes to incorporating technology. I'm wondering, highlight videos and just, what you've been able to do in terms of, being up at the plate and then also playing the outfield as well. I'm wondering how you've been able to, because talking to a lot of athletes, the technology, phase that really benefits them, in terms of their progress and their development. I'm just wondering from your perspective, have you been able to tap into that as well, Rohan?
Yeah, the technology aspect is huge. I think at school we have Rapsodo and TrackMan, so we can see ball flight, we can see where it went. And then, of course, there's also a huge aspect of exposure as far as technology goes, because there's accounts like Flat Ground and all kinds of things on Twitter. It's kind of where all the coaches are, so it's a great way to not only develop but also get exposure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I know we're still in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic. I'm wondering, the last couple of years, how just you've been able to sort of navigate those turbulent waters and just I mean it's not easy for athletes, and especially for seniors the last couple of years who lost out on time as well, in terms of playing. Just from your vantage point, just how you've been able to cope with it as well.
Yeah, so my COVID experience was, I was actually the class of 2020 for high school. So
okay,
COVID hit. I didn't get to play a senior season. I missed out on a lot of the senior activities, like prom and all that. And when I got to school, it was masks. You had to, be really cautious of your surroundings. And but once we got outside, it was just baseball again. And I'm fortunate to be, in the Citadel. There was, I think that we were one of the first campuses to kind of demask.
mm-hmm.
So aside from like maybe a little bit of a COVID scare, which a lot of the team was vaccinated and there wasn't much problem with that. We haven't had too much issues, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, definitely. I wanted to actually go back to the Citadel. That first time, I said, going onto the baseball diamond, putting the jersey on, and I'm wondering what comes to your mind when you look back and like, from where you started and now where you are here, of course, heading into your junior year, Rohan.
I mean, the main thing was I think from the start of high school, I had a big passion for baseball. I really wanted to make it past just playing in high school, and I
Mhm.
kind of aimed high. I aimed to kind of play at the D1 level. There wasn't many people, of my ethnicity that had made it that far, so it
Mhm.
was a really big deal to me to kind of get there. And yeah, it's an honor to be a D1 baseball player. I really love that I can do that.
Yeah, it's fabulous. As it takes an entire village and structure in terms of having a successful program. I wonder if you can talk about the support from the student body, the administration, athletic department, President General Glenn M. Walters, actually class of 1979, athletic director, I think Mike Capaccio. Just talk about in terms of having that leadership from top to bottom, what it's meant to the baseball program.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, a lot of the cadets at the school really take pride in the baseball team. We'll see, like, for example, South Carolina was a huge game. You get out there and the place is packed. People are, chirping the other team, and it's a great environment. It's a really big help. Something that you really wouldn't consider an advantage until you kind of see it.
Yeah.
And General Walters and the whole upper management for our athletics program, they're really good. We get a lot of nice gear. We're fortunate to play in a really nice stadium, and I thank them a lot for everything they've done for us.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. As you know, Ron, it's just not about being an athlete. It's being a student athlete, a cadet. There's the demands, the rigors, of that. It's not easy to balance that out. I'm sure that from morning till night, you have a set schedule. I said time management organization. You're majoring in finance and minor in data science and economics. So that's quite a bit on your plate. I'm wondering how you've been able to, again, just meet those challenges.
Yeah, one of the main reasons for why I chose to go to the Citadel was because of their academics. They have a really good business school, and I knew I'd be getting a really good finance degree if everything didn't work out. So,
Mhm.
I mean, they have a lot of programs there. Like, for example, I'm in the Student Managed Investment Fund, which is kind of where they have a portfolio of like over $1 million, which is managed by the student body. There's a good group of people in there, and that's kind of been my, I would say, foundation for finance in general, in terms of real world experience. So that's really awesome. And then you do manage a lot of day-to-day cadet responsibilities. You got to shine your shoes, you got to shine your brass, you got to make sure that your uniform looks good. There's formations every morning, and you got to apply by the strict rules and the honor code.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely teaches you discipline, and that's I'm
Yeah.
sure that's something is definitely flourish in. Okay, you're a member of the Pakistan national baseball team, preparing for the World Baseball Classic qualifiers next month. In Panama City, Panama. The team's in the Pool B. Bracket here. You have the host city, Panama, Nicaragua, Brazil, Argentina, and New Zealand. The top two teams from each group will advance to the World Baseball Classic in 2023. So I wanted to ask you how that is, panning out so far, and just the excitement that to be a part of this team.
Yeah, yeah, it's truly a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm really fortunate to be able to have that opportunity. Well, we haven't really done anything in person too much, but
Hmm.
the texting and the communication has been really good, um, and it seems like we have a good group of guys, and I think everyone is really into this whole thing, and we want to kind of represent our country really well, and hopefully make it out of that qualifying pool.
Yeah, that's so. I want to harken back to what you were saying. even playing baseball and like, representing, your ethnicity and, as said, Pakistan. I mean, that's really something, again, as you said, it's a bucket list. I mean, you're going to look back on this, these times, and these memories, years down the road, to build that cohesion and that chemistry with the guys. And it's, looking across the board, there are a lot of talented players here on this team, Rohan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we don't know each other too well right now, but I'm sure after the event we'll be talking about it the rest of our lives. It seems like there's a good pool from the States and Canada that have, I guess, a college baseball experience and pretty good high school experience as well. And then I've noticed there's a couple guys from Japan, so that should be interesting too. But I mean, the whole idea of playing against the world's top talent and a lot of MLB players, and being one of the younger teams there is really cool. And I'm sure it puts a chip on everyone's shoulder there that they're kind of counting us out.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, I went to ask you, attended and graduated from Lyons Township High School in LaGrange, Illinois, and then before that, Pleasantdale Elementary School. So when you look back on those times, I'm just wondering what comes to, what do you think about, I said, I know you're now, of course, at the Citadel, but it's gotta bring a smile to your face knowing about, just how good those times were in high school and elementary. Just talk about that, Rohan.
Oh yeah, they're great times. I know from when I was in elementary school, we went to Cooperstown. So hitting a home run there was awesome. It was a great feeling. I still have, memorabilia from there that I look at every day. And I mean, my high school career got cut short a little because of COVID, but my junior year was also really cool. We made it pretty far. I mean, a great group of guys. And the funny thing is we still talk about it today. Our group chat from there still is alive and well.
That's great. That's great. Okay, grew up in Burr Ridge, a suburb of Chicago, playing baseball, soccer, basketball. Growing up, playing baseball since you were the age of 5 in T-ball. I mean, that's just that's incredible. I mean, talk about that. That early on, picking up the game and just here you are now. Of course, I said years later. Just when you look back at how many sports and you stayed active, year round, how important that was, for you, those early years, and then continuing that, of course, into elementary and high school as well.
Yeah, I'll start by saying my parents, they immigrated here, so they kind of had this idea of getting me to try everything, So I was in it from taekwondo to skateboarding to baseball to chess to music to everything. So that was also really cool because I kind of got to pick and choose, what I really liked, and I fell in love with sports. I know I tried soccer first, and I started out with baseball, and I wasn't too big of a fan, but funny story is when I was 5 on that first T-ball team, I did get most improved. So from then on, I really fell in love with it, and I played all 3, basketball, soccer, and baseball, I would say up until high school, and then I kind of realized, baseball is probably my best shot to get to the next level, and I specialized in it and worked on that.
Good. So I'm just wondering, when you were younger, and of course in high school as well, what positions you played on those baseball teams, Rohan?
Yeah, so I think when I was younger, the important thing is to play everything because you don't want to be a pitcher only or a position player only until you really get to high school, if possible, college, I would say, because you want to maintain that athleticism. And I was an outfielder most of my life. I did play a little infield, but I didn't have too much experience, and I was a lot better at outfield. And then my arm kind of came along sophomore and junior year of high school, and I ended up getting up to 89, 90 off the mound. But my thing was I didn't really have much polish in terms of pitching. I didn't have a lot of innings under me, so I used it as an experience to get better. But I've been a hitter most of my life, so I think it's really important that I did have that foundation of being athletic and being a position player, and also getting a little pitching experience to help my arm.
Yeah, no, definitely the best of both worlds. When it comes to baseball, the game, what are some of the intangibles that stand out to you? I'm wondering whether it's during a game or it's a practice. Some of the things that drive you, and I can see the passion that you have for the game. What is it about it that that really, again, makes you continue, again, year after year to play the game?
Yeah, I mean, a good example of this is at the Citadel, we kind of have a chip on our shoulders. We're not going to be, the most talented team or the biggest and most physical team. We're with the biggest arms, and but we're a group of gritty guys that like to get after it. We'll compete with anyone, and I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, no, definitely building that brotherhood, and that's great. As you know, you need a solid support system as well. And I wanted to ask you about the support from your family, your parents, your younger sister, just what they've meant to you during this academic and athletic journey.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, for me, I don't really have, a baseball background from my parents or anything, so they kind of learned with me, and it was really cool to see them kind of helping me out and wanting to learn more
Yeah,
and taking an interest in my life and my baseball abilities.
it's great. I wanted to quickly piggyback to not only when you're up at the plate and then you're in the outfield. I'm wondering what's going through your mind because there's a lot of strategy involved in terms of that preparation, both mentally and physically. We always talk about physical, but the mental part, again, when you're hitting and then when you're out that in the outfield, just take people behind the scenes, Rohan, what those moments entail for you.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to relax. I play my best when I'm relaxed and calm and have a clear mind. I recently adopted kind of like a pre-pitch routine, so it kind of resets my brain and focuses me in on the at bat.
Mhm.
And hopefully, I'll get one of those in for the outfield as well.
Yeah. Hey, I to de-stress, I know some of your hobbies are you're into finance, working out, and playing video games. So I'm sure that's when you really can sort of kick back and
Yeah,
just talk about how you're able to just separate, so of course the academic, athletic component and being able to focus on your hobbies as well.
yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is for de-stressing at least is if you have a bad day, you can always go work out, and
Yeah.
scientifically, it's proven that you'll feel better after that. So that's one of the things I really like to look at. And then, I mean, video games and finance in general is just both hobbies that I really like to look at as I decompress every night.
Yeah. No, that's terrific. Okay, when it comes to watching, Major League Baseball, are there any outfielders that you pay particular attention to and sort of take away some of their tendencies and apply it to your game, Rohan?
Uh, I mean, I think I've always had my favorite player growing up was Andrew McCutcheon. So he
Mhm.
wasn't ever a
Yeah.
Cub. The Cubs are my favorite team, but I always loved his play style, and he kind of has five tools. And he's also a really good guy off the field. So that's kind of someone I try to base myself off.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. Okay, I think you're in a perfect spot. Before you get the final word, what your message is for the younger kids, athletes out there, who are trying to, move up the ladder and try to find their passion, especially in the game of baseball. I'm wondering what you would say to them if they're watching this interview. Just again, how just to be able to earn those accolades and accomplish something in terms of sports, especially baseball.
Yeah, I think just to work hard. I mean, if I could do it, they can do it. It's good that they can see someone who's made it, to the point where I have, and it definitely shows them that they can do it as well.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, Rohan, you get the final word and message here for family, friends, former classmates, current, classmates, teammates, coaches, the Citadel, Lyons Township High School, Pleasantdale Elementary School, and here your fellow Pakistan national baseball team teammates as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet my teammates on the Pakistan team, and thank you to everyone else that has been in my life. My teammates at the Citadel, faculty at Lyons Township in Pleasantdale, and my friends and family. I really appreciate them.
Well said. Hey, Rohan, it's just an incredible honor and privilege, being able to interview you. Congrats again on your success, especially at the Citadel, and wishing you and, the rest of the Pakistan national baseball team all the best in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers next month in Panama City, Panama.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on your show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.